You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who's down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? You down with LCS? Who down with LCS?
Good evening on a Thursday night. This is a little weird, but we might be kicking off a new show, a new Hangout stream. I've got the link pinned. If anybody wants to jump on, you're more than welcome. Going to talk a little new comic book day. Hopefully, people have now read their books, and yeah, we'll see if this sticks. Been wanting to do something in the evening because I'm always of my own. I've usually always streamed Saturday morning, Sunday mornings, early morning. So wanted to kind of get into the night. Well, it's still kind of early, but and I know Remy Q used to do Let's Talk About It in this kind of time slot, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And I know he's kind of moved out to Fridays now. So I figured, but then, just before I jumped on, there's a ton of people streaming tonight. So Gary B is live, Paul, Sector 2815, a bunch of people. So thought I had like a nice little time slot here, and that didn't go very well. But quick check in with the chat. We got a couple people joining us. Phil is here. Good evening, Phil. Robert, good to see you. Bruce is here. Yeah, right. I figured why not? Like I said, I'm usually always streaming on my own channel in the morning, so I figured let's try it. Let's try an evening stream for once, and we'll do it opposite weeks of my morning show. So when I'm not live for the morning show, we'll do this Thursday evening show. So yeah, a couple things to talk about. I wanted to just make sure too, and I got to drop this in the chat, that Comic Book Community Awards will be kicking off in June, but we have our very own Comic Book Community Awards channel. So we added that this year, kind of suggestions that had come up, kind of separate it from my channel and make it a standalone channel. So I'm not sure. We've been trying to promote it and let everybody know. But I'll drop the link in the chat. If you guys can go sub that channel up, I would appreciate it. I forget what the requirement is. Is it 50 or so? Is it 50 or 100? I think it's 50, right, for live streaming. So we're definitely going to be doing the CBC Awards live stream, and all the updates for this year will be over on that channel. Like I said, we kind of wanted to separate it from my channel. So that's kind of the idea behind that. There was actually some feedback from the community, so we wanted to do that. So just trying to spread the word. So if you do a live stream, maybe if you could mention it. I think we're at 39, last check, 39 subs. So a couple people we got 39 people that are aware of that. So, but yeah, if you guys could share that out and mention it. The committee, I might as well talk a little bit of CBC Awards update. We have a new committee in place for this year, and we've been working on revising some of the categories and some of the suggestions that have come in since last year. So that's kind of in progress. There have been some updates posted to the CBC Awards website, cbcawards.org, so you can definitely go check that out. So that'll be kind of between, YouTube channel, Instagram, and the website. That's what we'll be keeping everybody updated on the CBC Awards. Like I said, nominations open in June, and probably sometime in May. As we get closer to the June awards, we'll announce all of the categories. But this past week, we've been working with the committee to kind of get everything together, and I have an updated list of committee members on the website on the About page, so you can definitely go check that out. So wanted to just mention that, like I said, make sure that people are aware of it and help spread the word. about, the standalone channel now. And I think the good news there is that ultimately that could be something that could be in the future turned over to somebody else. If somebody else in the future, I don't anticipate that I'll run the CBC awards forever. And so hopefully we can, pass the baton to somebody at some point, and having a standalone channel like this with the history and all the videos of the award show, on a standalone channel would make it easier to turn it over to somebody else, in the future. So that's kind of the goal there. So some other news to talk about, Kickstarter, Doctor. We do have a proof print in hand. A couple little things that needed to be updated, but we should have these updated from the printer in about, well, they should get back to me, but we'll have everything resolved by hopefully by Monday, and then they'll go to print. And so we should have them. I would expect that we'll have the books probably mid-April, probably within a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, and we'll get them shipped out. So, but fantastic. This is the A cover with fantastic art, really well done by Phil. So, yeah, so excited, to have this in hand already. Like I said, there was a couple little minor changes just in the placement of some of the pages was just a little not centered. So it is a proof copy. So I don't know if it'll, I'm assuming that's why it was off that way. So I'm just waiting for some feedback from the printer. So I'm using Comic Wellspring. They are pretty easy to work with, pretty accessible. Able to. I actually jumped on a call with them prior to sending everything over and kind of synced up with them. So pretty easy to use, and they work with you. Wanted to highlight Alex Gonzalez on IG. If you're not familiar with him, you need to go check him out. I actually won a giveaway from him. He does a bunch of giveaways on his Instagram, and he sells some books. So you definitely want to go give him a follow on IG. But I'll share this again, and I'll actually, let me drop his link in the chat as well. I'm dropping a bunch of links here for you guys tonight. JSS Brooklyn, good evening. Appreciate you being here. So let me make myself big. So this is David Mack. So this is a whole posters or prints, I should say, from David Mack that I won from Alex. So and you can see there's a bunch of different posters in there. Prints, I should say. I keep saying posters. I don't know why, but a bunch of Spider-Man stuff. So this was a win, an IG win from Alex. So definitely want to go check him out. He does, like I said, a bunch of generous giveaways. He does some young reader giveaways. Actually, and I had won that for my niece and nephew. So you definitely want to go check out Alex. Check out, like I said, he's got some books for sale, but also does a bunch of great giveaways. So I wanted to kind of shout him out. And if you're not following him on Instagram, I'd go give him a follow as well. Yeah, I just wanted to mention him and thank him for that giveaway. Came in today, packed up really well. Not an easy thing to ship because of the size. So that was really cool. That he was. StreamYard's working weird. Every time I share my screen, the camera goes full screen, which is kind of weird. But anyway, so big shout out to Alex. Yeah. And the plan with this stream, like I said, is to probably every other Thursday we'll hang out, and if anybody wants to jump in, we have the pinned link up top. You're more than welcome to come hang. I figured we'd talk a little bit about new comic book day, right? I know Wednesday's a big day for showing off books. but I wanted to talk about some of the books I read. So Miles Morales number 31. This was a second issue team up with or storyline with Deadpool. Miles has been pretty good. Cody Ziegler is writing this. He's been the writer since this series kicked off. He's done a good job. The problem for me with this title has been there's been so many. I think we've had 2 tie-ins, right? So Blood Hunt was the last crossover tie-in event that affected Miles. There was a Carnage storyline that affected it, and then there was one other storyline at some point that was part of this. So the book suffers from not being able to tell Miles' story, his own story, because it's been wrapped up in a bunch of crossover events and tie-ins. So, but I think Ziegler's been doing a pretty good job with this. Yeah. So I saw Bruce's comment, Kingdom of Nerds. Yeah, I try to do that. I try to read my books right away because I know a lot of times there's reviews or people are talking about them. And so I try to do as much reading as I can Wednesday night as I'm watching some of the new Comic Book Day shows. I try to read my books. So I didn't read as many as I wanted because I was hanging out with the Renovision guys last night. Marco and Pete and drawing a blank. Bruce will know. But yeah, I was hanging out over there and talking some new comic books as well. So, but yeah, Miles is, like I said, it's still solid, but it has suffered from too many outside things kind of pulling at it. Bug Wars. This is issue 2. This was one that I initially did not pick up issue 1, but heard a bunch of good things. Story sounded interesting, so I picked up issue 1. I really enjoyed it, so picked up issue 2. This was really good. It's kind of a cross between Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Bug's Life. What was the other one? Was it Ants? Bug's Life, Ants. There's definitely some... it's about a family and they're moving back into a house. Their dad was, and I forget what the actual title is, but he was like a bug insect researcher, and he had passed away. And there's some stuff going on in the house in the backyard, and his son here on the cover gets involved. And this has been really good. So I don't really want to spoil it, but this has been a good independent dub. That's it. Yeah, I was trying to blank. Jerry's here. Good evening, Jerry. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Jerry is always doing something on his channel. Definitely go check out Jerry. But yeah, this has been a really fun series. They set up there was a couple little things. There was some kind of described a little bit more of the house and the backyard and all the bugs, and a little bit of a tease at the end of this book to kind of wet your whistle for issue 3. So thought this was done really well. Let's see. The other books I didn't have here, but I read Absolute Flash, which I really enjoyed. Kenneth, good evening. I picked up issue 1 of all the Absolute books. So far, Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. Didn't really care for Wonder Woman or Superman. And I know everybody kind of has a different opinion. I've been sticking with Batman. I did not read Absolute Batman for this week yet. It's a one I didn't get to. But this, I don't know. There's just something, this is kind of like light reading for me. It's a little bit out there, right? We got this big hulking kind of Batman, and he's got some crazy gadgets. But I don't know. I'm just having fun with it. It's just I'm not taking it too seriously, and it's been just kind of a fun read. And so, that's the way I've described it. Just kind of fun. I thought the Wonder Woman issue 1 of Absolute was a little too much, too heavy for me. She was in hell, and then the same thing with Superman. I don't know. I didn't connect with that story initially. I've heard others say good things about both of those books. I just didn't want to take on multiple titles. But Absolute Flash. Let me bring up League of Comic Geeks. Absolute Flash was really, I thought was really good, and I've never really read any Flash. Let me just bring this up. Never really read any ongoing series of Flash. Obviously, know the story with Barry, and I'm drawing a blank on the other Flash. You can tell I've never read, but I know the backstory. I know about the character, and so Absolute Flash was a good introduction, right? Barry Allen and Wyman, and I want to say Wade, but it's Wally West. I was going to say Wade, but I'm like, I know that's not right. But yeah, I thought Absolute Flash was off to a good start. Let me share this. Yeah. So here is the new books from yesterday. So Absolute Flash, that was really, I really enjoyed it. It's definitely worth a pickup. I think Legion of Comics posted that it had sold close to 200,000 copies. So pretty cool. So pretty, yeah, definitely. It was, a good seller. So, and I have League of Comic Geeks, I have this sorted by the number of pulls. So Batman, Absolute Batman number 6 was the top pulled book based on, I guess, information from, League of Comic Geeks. I don't know how big the audience is, but and then it's sorted by the most pulled book. So Absolute Batman was first, Detective Comics 1095, Saga number 72, and then so on down the list. So one of the other books I read was One World Under Doom number 2. Big Fantastic Four piece in this storyline. But I enjoyed it. I thought actually issue 2 was better than issue 1. And, we've got kind of Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom really kind of a couple steps ahead of everybody else in this story so far, issues 1 and 2. But we get a good look at the Fantastic Four. And there was what other major, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, I thought issue 2 was better than issue 1. Like I said, the big thing is everybody's trying to figure out, how to handle Doom, but he is, 2 or 3 steps ahead of everybody else. So, Eddie's here. Good evening, Eddie. Yeah, Eddie, we're just going new live stream, maybe every other Thursday night, going over some of the comic books I read from yesterday. So, and it's an open panel. If anybody ever wants to jump in, you're more than welcome. I've got the link pinned up top. If nobody joins, we probably won't go too long tonight. But yeah, One World Under Doom number 2 was a good read. Let me see if there's anything else. I didn't pick up a ton of books this week. I think that is what I read, but I do have so I didn't read yet. To read Absolute Batman, like I said, and then the Rockefellers. This is the Ghost Machine, one of the Ghost Machine story. This is issue 4. This has kind of been the family book, similar to, somebody mentioned the Fantastic Four, right? Because it's a family with superpowers. But this has been fun so far. This has been enjoyable. But didn't get a chance to read issue 4 yet. I was just looking on the back. We haven't had Rook Exodus in a little bit. It looks like they're showing off the trade paperback. But yeah, this has been good. I'm definitely looking forward to reading this issue. Artwork is done really well. Let me just check on the creative team. So it's story is Peter Tomas, and then Francis Matapal is story. It's a story and art, so I guess he's doing some of the writing as well. But yeah, I've enjoyed this so far. I think the only Ghost Machine book that I'm not reading is Halo and Hornsby. I missed that. My LCS was having issues with. Hey, we got somebody joining us. Eddie's here.
Hey, I don't know how okay, there I am.
There you go. How are you?
This way. All right. I didn't want you to be alone there, buddy. So, let me sign up.
Appreciate you jumping on.
Well, I couldn't leave you hanging, my buddy. That's why. Let me help this dude out here. So,
what did you pick up this week? Or did you read any of your books so far this week?
Yes, I read Dr. Doom, number 2, issue 2.
Okay, yeah, One World.
Yeah, One World. So I read like a few. Oh, I read the new one for Sonic the Hedgehog.
With the Justice League.
Yeah, and I read that. I got it for my grandson Logan because he loves Sonic and he loves the Justice League. So I pre-read it before I gave it to him, and it was a fun story. It's a good kid-oriented comic.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yeah, I heard it was definitely a kid-friendly book.
Yeah, so I was happy with it. So any parents who's trying to look for a book for their younger ones, that would be the book I suggest. I read Defenders of the Earth from Mad Cave. Also, that wasn't bad. I think it finished off pretty good with the two brothers of these guys here fighting each other. So that was good. Nightwing I haven't read yet. Herculoids. Let me see. Oh, Absolute Flash, the new series that came out.
Yeah, I thought that was good.
Oh, really? Because I was feeling iffy.
Okay, but yeah, I haven't read a lot of Flash previously, so it was, I obviously know his backstory in that, but I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, and I know I read another book. I got a pile here.
I got a lot of piles over here. I gotta put some books away.
Oh, did I read Detective? No. Oh yeah, Detective was good.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Maybe I did not read the whole thing. Hold on. I'm sorry. Let's skip that one. That's about it. The rest of the day I've been like doing grandpa duties. So.
Okay. Well, you the new Minecraft movie comes out. Are the grandkids into Minecraft? Is that something you're going to take them to go see?
Probably my oldest one.
Okay.
The 15-year-old, because he likes more of the videos and stuff like that. But he hasn't called me up yet to say, "Jeepa, let's go to the movie. You buy me dinner." And so, okay. He did that to us on Captain America, the New World Order.
Oh, Brave New World. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he called us and said, "Oh, I thought we spent some family time together." I said, "Well, what's going on? The movie. You take me to dinner and we see the movie." Oh, okay. All right. We'll go.
Well, if he's 15, you better enjoy the time now, because another year or two and he's going to be, off with friends.
Yeah, that's true. I try to enjoy every minute I can with that big boy. So I still got a lot of reading left to do. But
yeah, so do I. Well, I got 2 books. I got to read 2 books.
I thought I was going to read some today, but it ended up where my daughter called me up last minute to watch the little ones. So I said, okay, won't be enjoying that. But other than that, I got a good pile for this week. I got, I think, 9 books total on that. So
yeah, I'm trying to cut back on some of the pickups and try to read a little bit more digitally. So I only had 4 books I think I picked up. Yeah, 4 books. So
4 books.
yeah.
You still getting your Spider-Man?
Yeah, I'm still getting Spider-Man.
Listen, I'm gonna get issue 70 just to finish because I didn't collect all the storyline, only a couple of them.
Okay.
I'll get number 70 that's coming out, and just to finish off what Doom's plan was for that many deaths of Spider-Man. And
Right.
then
I think that comes out next week. Yeah, and that wraps it up.
then I'll get Spider-Man number 1, whatever they're releasing.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's in April. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to slow down the frequency of the book because it's being published like twice a month now. So I don't know if they're with the new series if they're going to slow it down a little bit. But we'll see.
Yeah, I also found out that they're releasing 90 years of DC history. Mark Waid's supposed to be writing that.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be individual books. So I don't know any more information about it. I haven't seen it on the lunar distribution order form yet. So,
Okay.
so that's something interesting. Well, Mark Waid's on it, so I just want to make sure.
Yeah, so that should be solid. Yep.
Yeah.
Now it looks like I'm just looking at the new Amazing Spider-Man. So the first issue comes out on the 9th of April, and then it looks like issue 2 comes out the 23rd. So it looks like they're still going to publish twice a month.
Oof.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it's just because it still continues to sell well, so they can, continue to pump out issues. But I really wish they would just go back to a single, 1 per month and kind of really just focus on, the story and just. It seems like they're just trying to pump stories out and they switch artists. There's no consistency because they bring in different artists because they can't keep up with two per month.
No, they can't. And then the artist, who's probably a good artist, ends up doing a crappy job just to try to meet the deadline.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if they're going to be consistent. Well, it looks like they are. It looks like it's going to be Joe Kelly and Pepe Larraz.
Oh, I heard of him. Yes.
Yeah. So it looks like he's going to be the main artist. So, and I guess John Romita Jr. is going to be doing some maybe covers or.
Oh, please don't. I hope he's not doing this. I can let it slide with the covers, but if he's not good, don't let him do the stories. I can't.
It looks like he's on the first issue, but then I don't see, at least he's doing something for issue 1, and then it looks like I don't see him listed in any of the creator credits for it. So we'll see.
So what made you do this? I just happened to pop on the thing.
I usually don't. I always do the morning streams, on Saturday or Sunday. So I figured maybe, and I know Remy Q used to do something Thursday nights and he moved it to Friday. So I was like, maybe I'll, try to do something on Thursdays and the opposite weeks of, because my Saturday show is every other Saturday now. So I figured opposite weeks, I'll do something here on a Thursday, Thursday night. So. Okay, so Kingdom of Nerds said 4 issues is going to finally consolidate DC history.
Okay, so does he know Kingdom of Nerds? Do you know when they're going to release that?
What's the name of it?
The history of DC. 90 years in the making, or something like that. If I can do it here, no, I can't do that.
Let me see if I can find it. History. New history of the DC universe. Is that it? So it looks like it's coming out in June.
Oh, in June. So it'll
yeah,
be
so
next month's order.
Mark Waid writing and Jerry Orway.
Yeah,
Orway
okay,
and Todd Knock.
I like Jerry Ordway. He's
Yeah,
the Superman fame.
couple good covers here. Here, I'll share it. So this is the A cover.
Oh, Chris Samney, I think is. That's a nice cover. Oh, that's a beautiful one right there.
That's a Dan Mora. Yeah.
Oh man, he gets me all the time.
Let's see. That's a pretty good Wonder Woman. And we've got
Green
Michael
Lantern.
Cho, Ryan Sook.
And that's all for issue 1?
Yeah, issue 1.
Ooh. Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Billboard, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like oh, that was a better one. Busy, but
Yeah, you got all the characters in there though.
yeah.
And that's it, yeah.
Oh, I guess I'll be ordering a few of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have to pick that up.
Yeah, I can't see.
Set your calendars for June. It's the end of June it's released.
Okay, so that means it should be in this month's order for Lunar. Okay. Or wait, is the gray? Yeah. No, I agree
right.
with him.
Mora is
he can't do no wrong. He does
and he's on a bunch of books too, right? He's doing the new Justice. He's on the new Justice League Unlimited.
Yes, he is.
Right? So
that's
he's
one
on
I gotta
this.
read.
He's on this.
Yeah, he's also that one.
He's on The World's Finest too, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so how come he can produce quality work on multiple books?
That's true. Well, he's a younger guy, maybe.
Yeah, that's why I figured the history of DC, that's probably a good, like you said, a good starting point, Bruce, to pick up.
Yes, I think what their idea is to finally put everything together so everybody can understand what happened and stuff like that. I think including the ultimate timeline or alternate timeline.
Yeah, because I mean now you've got all the absolute stories going on now too. Yeah. So yeah.
I was at a comic book store today, Zombie Hideout, and one of the guy at the register was talking to me. He was saying, our sales been up. I said, really? On what? Mostly from the absolutes.
Yeah.
And he also said something about DC. He's getting more DC sales and he's putting in more sales now, more than Marvel. And I said, wow, this absolute introducing more readers, and they're calling me at the store asking me to order more for them. I said, well, that's good news for you guys. That's really good.
So I have this sorted. So this is this week's comics from yesterday, and I have it sorted by the most pulled book. So you got Absolute Batman #1, Detective Comics #2, Saga 3, the Nightwing Flash.
Yeah, I got my Nightwing. Yeah.
Ultimate X-Men, World's Finest. So you've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the top 7 are DC books. So
yeah. That Batman and Robin, the year 1, that's a good one too.
Okay.
I'm enjoying that one.
And then where is let's see, where's the Sonic? I know that's here. Oh, here it is.
Yeah. It's a fun read. I like the part where those two, Sonic and the Flash, was racing each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're like challenging each other, who's the fastest and stuff like that.
Oh, that's funny.
And I was showing to my grandson, because he's a lot younger, how to read the comic, and he's like really interested in any questions for him to talk to me later. But I gave it to him all special in a plastic bag, all nice and neat for him.
So who's the Adam Bryce Thomas is the artist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So it looks like he's gonna be. Oh, he's done some Sonic stories before. So.
Yeah, I don't remember too much about Sonic. He was naming the characters on the comic books. Oh, I didn't know who they were.
Yeah, right. There's I forget, Knuckles and here maybe they're right here. Yeah, Knuckles, Miles, Shadow, Silver the Hedgehog, Sonic, Amy. Okay.
Yeah. And Shadow is more like Batman. And they were fitting together on that. So, oh, now I see why they put this Shadow character next to Batman. It's okay.
Okay, they were doing like a team up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Oh yeah, I've heard that. New Gods. I've heard New Gods. The new series is really good. I know Cliff on Comics had mentioned that, and I know Mark, Legion of Comics, a few others. Yeah, DC definitely seems to be. I've enjoyed the Justice League Unlimited. This has been fun. I mean, like Mark Waid on art has been. The artwork is fantastic, and the story's been good.
Yeah, I had that. Did I get it this? That didn't come out this week, right? It came out last week.
No, that was like I think last week or
Doom under one Doom is pretty good though. I am enjoying that. It's like you said, he's always a step ahead of everybody in there. So
yeah, everybody's trying to figure out how to deal with him, but he's way ahead of him. Yeah. Well, I think I've got through all the books I read. So I guess for a first stream, we'll wrap it up early, and hopefully we'll be back. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Like I said, we're gonna probably do this every other week, but hopefully we'll get everybody to come on and talk a little bit about what they read and go from there. But I appreciate you jumping on, Eddie.
Couldn't let you go alone, brother.
Thank you.
I'm there for you when I can. If I don't have the Rugrats running around or a honey to-do list, I'll be right there.
Oh, that's funny. Let's see. We'll leave you with. So let's leave you. We're talking. No, that's Saturday morning. Looking at my clips here. Well, since we took over Remy's spot, let me run a Remy clip for us as we go out. But Eddie, appreciate you jumping on. Hopefully I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yep. Take it easy, buddy.
All right. Have a good night.
You too. See ya.
Bye. Appreciate everybody in the chat hanging out.
Why are y'all talking to the police? Isn't that like 101? No.
Oh, I hit the clip too soon. But appreciate everybody hanging out. Phil, Bruce, 23, Kenneth, JSS, Jerry. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. Let me run that clip and we'll get out of here. See you in 2 weeks.
Why are y'all talking to the police? Isn't that like 101? Nobody's seen movies before? When the police sit you down and they're like, we want to ask you some questions. Lawyer. They're gonna be like, we know you did it. Oh, you do? Well, ask my lawyer, bitch, because I'm not saying nothing. Because all you gotta do is be like, oh, I drove there yesterday. And they're like, we can prove you didn't drive there yesterday. You're lying to us. Guilty. And then you're fucking dead. You're dead. Lawyer. I'm not saying a damn thing. Lawyer. I'm not saying a damn thing.